Today I'm going to lean into the best of one gimmicks, and we're going to go with a Maushold-Annihilape team. But not just any Maushold-Annihilape team, we're going with Population Bomb Maushold because it's kind of funny on ladder, and I want to see how many people we can catch off guard with this. If you guys enjoy and want to see more content like this, like and subscribe for more. And with that said, let's start off with the star of today's show, the Maushold, because this is the Maushold household. We're going to go with Tera Normal Wide Lens to try and lean into that Population Bomb damage. Though we still do have Follow Me, Beat Up, and Protect, as the Beat Up should be great at enabling Ape's Rage Fist and our next Pokemon as well. We have Protect just for scouting in general, and Follow Me to try and bluff that we might be a friend guard set, especially if I do just kind of need to enable other Pokemon on the team. I can just let Maushold go down, take a dive, and then win the game that way. So overall, this Maushold should be very good, especially with Tera Normal. I almost went with Tera Ghost Sticker on Fake Out, but I don't really think it'll come up. I feel like that this team has a lot of good anti-Fake Out measures, especially our next Pokemon being Archaludon. This is a great candidate to get beaten up by my Maushold, and unlike taking a Population Bomb, it should just deal less damage because we're not going to boost it to all hell and back. With Tera Fairy, this should be a great way to get around different fighting types that might try and break through us. It's the same set from yesterday's video actually, but it just kind of works here. We're going to creep through the dragons that are going to creep around that Tyranitar Adamant mark, especially Dragonite, and I could Draco Meteor them back or Body Press with that Tera Normals. I have the 36 Modest for a special attack bump. Then we're going to throw max in HP and the rest into special defense and the 4 remaining Fizdaf. And this proves to still be a good option despite not having rain. I could take advantage of opposing rain. It's still very common in ladder. Electro Shot also just good coverage, and it can be nice to catch an opponent if they're going to switch out. Though frankly, I'm more benefiting from Body Press and Dual Stab here. Up next, we have Annihilape, but not just any Annihilape. We're going to go with Choice Scarf because I think it's kind of funny. I think that realistically with this Maushold Annihilape lead, I can take advantage of most people playing around standard Mausape and then just go for Final Gambit into them, or I can go for Close Combat and Rage Fist and U-Turn, which all take advantage of potential Incineroar Intimidate, especially the Close Combat, because I can just freely Close Combat Ape and it can't really do anything about it since Incineroar can't fake me out and it isn't going to hit first. And overall, it should prove to be a very deadly Pokemon, I think, especially with all the Intimidate in the tier right now, as this is the first time in a while we've truly had enough Intimidate to where Ape feels like a good win con as a Scarfer rather than a trade Pokemon, though it can still trade if need be. Up next, we have everyone's favorite, Choice Specs Fluttermane. It wouldn't be an OliviaSama video without Choice Specs Fluttermane with the investment for Sucker Punch, with the Speed Creep for Boulder, with the Rest and Special Attack, and with Icy Wind, Shadow Ball, Moonblast, and Gleam. It's kind of just the best way to run Fluttermane right now. Like, if you're not running Fluttermane like this, it's a very specific reason. Like, you're going with Booster because you need the booster speed. And that's really about it. Like, you're not really running any other Fluttermane right now. This is just too good of an option to pass up. I'll try and feature another Fluttermane at some point in this batch of videos before I go on vacation, but I wouldn't expect a lot of teams to have it because it's just kind of a no drawback option. It is really a hard Pokemon to not justify on a team. Up next, though, we're going to have another Pokemon that's very hard to not justify on a team, being Incineroar. Now, this one is actually finally a different Incineroar spread. I know I've ran a lot of the same Incineroars, but I realized when actually doing my recording for the Swampert team that I don't really need to be creeping Iron Hands, which makes a lot of sense because they're running Clear Mill right now. So we're going to go with a spread that actually just creeps general Pokemon creeping Incineroar. And then we're going to go with a more Spadef heavy spread that should hopefully take on Chi Flutter a little bit better, with the investment in HP and Fizdef hopefully helping to take Sacred Sword a little bit better from POW as well. Especially after an Intimidate, we might be able to take that on hopefully a bit more manageably. And Tera Water is great for things like Urshifu Rapid, especially since it will probably close combat into me, and that's great because Tera Water, bam, now the Intimidate actually matters. Parting Shots can be great for momentum. Dual Stab is just really valuable here. I could go for Knockoff. I probably should go for Knockoff, but I still do like having Lariat personally with all the Archaludon in the tier, as it does force them to actually have to Tera Fairy, which for this team especially matters a lot because it does help with Maushold damage and helps with just Ape going for Rage Fit. Well, Ape Rage Fist doesn't really matter. Really, it's mostly for the Maushold. So on this team, it kind of does make a bit of a difference. But overall, I mean, it's still just a good Pokemon in general. Finally, though, we do have a Raging Bolt. We have Tera Grass with Thunderbolt, Thunderclap, Draco Meteor, and Protect. We're going to hit our 108 speed, which should be valuable for any Pokemon that will probably like feasibly creep this. Essentially, anything that's going to be running enough speed for Dragon Bolt and Tailwind will be creeping that. We have our special attack bump here, and the rest split into bulk. Tera Grass should be great because our Amoonguss matchup is really shit with this team. We kind of just need to rely on our Ghost types otherwise for it, so I like having Tera Grass to avoid redirection here. And it's also just really nice because it's great at handling things like different ground types, and it forces them to have to go for things like U-Turn on Rillaboom or Sludge Bomb on Landorus, so I'll definitely take that. If you want to try the team out yourselves, it's going to be on screen here with the paste in the description below. And with that said, let's get into today's matches.
All right, and we're here with a goofy team. This is a very goofy team. We have the Maushold team, the offensive Maushold team, I should say. This team is extremely silly. I super like this team so much. It's one of my favorite teams I have built. I'm totally kidding. This is a team of all time for sure. It's literally a team of all time moment. We're gonna go with, for my lead here, I kind of like the Mausape lead. I think it's just a nice way to fuck with my opponent early on. We'll go with Arch in the back because I do think it can put up a lot of work. And then my final mon here will probably be, I do like the Flutter main a lot, actually. It's a good cleaner and we're booster speed too. So if they go into Torkoal, then they're going to enable a really fast option, which can outpace things like non-Scarf or Shifu, which would be really good here. And I do think this team might not be Scarf or Shifu. I think they're probably Mystic Water because they lack like a really good breaker here. So might get lucky with that. We'll have to see. Good luck, have fun to my opponent. They're going to go with Smeargle and Flutter main. Smeargle Flutterman would be terrifying if I didn't have the lead I have. I can just probably Tera Ghost Rage Fist into the Flutter main in all honesty. I mean, they're probably not going to deal a lot. And then meanwhile, I can just pop bomb the Smeargle and be kind of fine. Yeah, I do actually like that a lot. Do I need my Tera on other mons? I have Tera Fairy Arch and I have Tera Fairy Flutter. I don't really need either Tera. Like if I kill the Flutter main now, I don't need Tera Fairy Flutter, objectively. And the Tera Fairy Arch, I mean, honestly, it's not really saving me much here. It's really only good if that's Urshifu single, and otherwise I don't really need it for anything. Yeah, I'm gonna go for Scarf Rage Fist. And then Pop Bomb! Pop Bomb into Smeargle. We're gonna kill a Smeargle right now. Smeargle will immediately die to this. They're probably gonna go for like a Protect in all honesty, or like a Fake Out. I'm kind of fine with that, because their Flutter main will drop meanwhile, so I'm okay with this. I'm very okay with this, in fact. Also, because we're gonna lose our weakness to Fairy, so if they're gonna go for like a Dazzling Gleam here, then my ape kind of tears because it's going to take the Gleam for sure from a non-Tera Flutter. They're going to go for Fake Out. That's perfectly fine. That's totally fair. I almost considered throwing on like Covert Cloak on the mouse or like Tera Ghost, but I just want to lean into damage on that. I just don't think I need it this match is all. Rage Fist does a lot to that Flutter right there. Meanwhile, my Maushold is also faster. Oh, they're going for Trick Room. That's why they led this. That's fair. That's very fair. Okay. So they're going to go for Room Service. Their Room Service Flutter? Oh, that's super sick. That is super sick right there. Okay, well, I'm going to go for... what do I want to do here? They're going to go for a Jetpack. That's a really funny way to get Torkoal in. That's for sure. That's a funny way to get Torkoal in. I might lose because I didn't bring Raging Bolt. Holy fuck. Didn't think that would be how I'd play this game. I thought I would nail their Trick Room Setter with Pop Bomb and Final Gambit. Not this. Fuck. I might get like really screwed over by this. Holy shit. That's a shiesty team. I don't have an out. I have no out to that. Good God, they cooked. They fucking cooked. I'll go for Pop Bomb and Final Gambit. Not that it makes any semblance of a difference. That Torkoal Tera fires and it kills my entire roster at this point because I didn't bring the Raging Bolt. Yeah, that is one way of all time to get around Mausape. I can't beat that. Objectively, they win. They so fucking win here. It's not even close. Yeah, my Arch is not taking that. If only Arch was a real Dragon type. If only Arch was a good Pokemon for that matter. I could have brought something better. I could have brought Raging Bolt over that, to be fair. That's on me. That's entirely on me. I just didn't think the Torkoal would be an option that would like actually deal damage against our team. But yeah, no, I'm gonna forfeit after this. This is a very quick game one. I promise the team will have better results than this. This is a wash. This is such a wash. My opponent just like this is such a best of one team, but it honestly this kind of feels like it's just like the new weakness policy Armor Rouge with like Flip Turn Iron Bundle. It just feels like that, but just the new version of it, and it's cool. It's super fucking cool. I don't want to take anything away from my opponent for coming up with it. But like, yeah, no, you just can't think to prep around these things, which is fine. It's fine. I feel like I'm coming across as really salty. I'm trying not to be. I'm currently just way past my bedtime is all. We'll see you guys again number 2. All right, for team number 2, we have a very interesting team. Another Farig team, but this one isn't. There's no way it's going to traumatize me this much. I refuse to believe I'm going to get traumatized this much. Note to self though, someone remind me in like 2 weeks of this video going live that I'm stealing that team for content because I'm not creative and I kind of want to try that. It's such a funny team. Listen, if I'm gonna get my ass kicked like that in like less than 5 minutes of this video, like I need to steal it for content at least, objectively. We're going in Mausape again. I do think that this team is a much better fit for the lead, especially because I can kind of murder that power really quickly on lead. I could also maybe go with Incin. Incin might be a good option as well here, actually.
because I could at least pressure the Urshifu so it doesn't kill my Maushold immediately. We'll go the Archaludon, and then I still kind of like Ape here. I don't know if I need Ape here, but I do kind of like it. I could maybe go with, I don't know. I think I do kind of go with Ape here, yeah. I think I kind of go with Ape here. I definitely don't like Flutter here, that's for sure. Flutter just has a lot of things that can kind of maul it in this matchup. Things like Urshifu and, mostly Urshifu and Metagross come to mind, as I do think that both will be used in a way to 1v1 Flutter main. Not looking forward to that. But I should still be okay here. I should still be very okay here. Good luck and fun to my opponent, though. I'm anticipating probably some sort of Urshifu Farig lead or like Shifu Pow. I think it will be Urshifu-centric on lead, and I'm not really sure past that. Farig and Ursaluna, okay. Much better lead for me, in my opinion, actually, because I could just dual target the Farig and completely disregard Ursaluna, as it's most likely going to protect. And Tera Normal Pop Bomb should kind of eviscerate. So we're going to go for Tera Normal Pop Bomb into the Farig, and I'm going to go for a Darkest Lariat here into the Farig. Actually, I'll just go for Flare Blitz. They're not going to be like Tera Water. There's no reason that Tera Water is the click that they go for here on Farigarath. They're probably Tera. I just don't think it's Tera Water. I think it's Tera Fairy, if anything. Just because typically, you know, Psychic type, you click Dark move into it. That's typically what your Tera would be. They might also just go for like Tera Ghost on Ursa, but I feel like it's a turn 2 sort of thing. Unless they really, well actually, yeah, there's no way to Tera Ghost right now on Ursa. They are going to Tera though. It is going to be the Ursa. What typing are they going to go for? Tera Normal, okay. So they're just leaning right into damage immediately. I'm kind of okay with that because Mouse will still at least trade the Farig. That's their anti-priority mode going, which is decent. Kind of wishing I just targeted the Ursa if they were gonna not protect, but I'm kind of okay with it still. I mean, we'll get Flare Blitz into it at least. And then, well, actually, that implies that Farig is not a Citrus Berry, which it doesn't look like it is Citrus Berry or Agwav. Perfect, okay, Farig just dies. So yeah, we'll get a good Flare Blitz into it at the very least. And the fact that they're gonna go for this, it means they're definitely clicking a normal move. So, I mean, maybe Incineroar lives the hit. Maushold probably doesn't, but we traded Farig for it, which is a huge piece. So I'm kind of okay with it. Incin will probably die, especially if they're gonna go for, oh, they're gonna go for Blood Moon. Okay, I was gonna say, especially if they're gonna go for Blood Moon is like kind of a joke, but they're actually gonna go for Blood Moon, okay. Well, I'm fine with them taking out Maushold because again, it proves to be like the option I'm fine giving up with here. Like this is a very free give up for me. Meanwhile, I can just go right into my Annihilape at this point. Do I go into Annihilape? Yeah, I feel like I go into Annihilape here. I'm gonna go into Ape here. Ape is fine. I can just click Fighting Move into the Ursaluna, and then I can just keep Incineroar in and just go for good move. They're gonna go into Metagross. Ooh, Metagross is like the perfect candidate for this right here. I could just Final Camp the Metagross in all honesty. I could totally Final Camp at Metagross. Do I want to Final Camp at Metagross? That kind of works actually. Though I'm actually gonna go close combat instead on Ursa. I'm kind of fine letting Ape go down, and I'll just go for the Flare Blitz in the Metagross spot. Ursa might protect here. I'm kind of okay with that too. But I mean, Metagross is either gonna Bullet Punch me, assuming I will Final Gambit. They are gonna Bullet Punch me, assuming I'm gonna Final Gambit, which works out great because I didn't rid myself of Annihilape to not kill Metagross and then let Ursaluna get a free hit on me. And then meanwhile, I can also just go for Bullet Punch again into the Metagross to pick it off if need be, before it can kill me with like a Psychic Fangs next turn. So that worked out really well actually, because if I miscalled that, that would have been bad. I would have had to trade Ape for like a Psychic Fangs hit, which wouldn't have been really ideal. But meanwhile, now we get a really good turn actually, so this works out pretty well. Their Metagross is going to nearly die here. It's weakness policy. I'm okay with that. Because despite the fact that this is now +2 and my Annihilape is +1, I still don't think it actually kills unless they have Pow as the next Mon to it. And if Pow is the Mon that's next to it, I'm kind of okay with that too. They're going to go for Pow. Okay, Pow is fine. Let's see. What's my play here? I could honestly just switch this into Archaludon and then bring back in my Annihilape, which will now be able to take a hit. And then I can meanwhile go for a Darkest Lariat into the Metagross and just kill it. Because they're going to probably Sacred Sword my Incineroar, and I'm kind of just going to have to accept that. They're going to Sacred Sword Incineroar very confidently. That's a very free click for them, but they will probably also Bullet Punch my Archaludon, which will now have a +1 defense. So it's kind of a win. Yeah, they're going to Bullet Punch Arch. Perfectly fine. Yeah, even with +2, that still does nothing. I'm kind of shocked at how much that actually does for +2 Bullet Punch. Like, I know it's a stab Bullet Punch, but still. Incineroar will die here, but I'm okay with that. My Annihilape is going to come in, though. And Annihilape will definitely just start clicking the murder button here. because I can just go for the Rage Fist right into their Metagross, and then I can go for a Flash Cannon into Chien-Pao. Yeah, we're just gonna go for that. That should be fine. Metagross definitely cannot kill me with Bullet Punch though, even at +2. It barely did anything but +1. They'll have to dual target me, which if they dual target me, good, like just good game at that point. They are gonna Sucker Punch. They're gonna definitely go for the Sucker Punch Bullet Punch combination into my Annihilape. That's a good play. That's a good play. Yeah, I mean I can't really stop that in all honesty. I could definitely take out the POW. Well, let me rephrase. I can only really stop it by going for this Flash Cannon and hoping it's not a Focus Sash Chien-Pao. Okay, yeah, they're Focus Sash Chien-Pao. Yeah, they were always winning that because Chien-Pao is just getting off 2 Sacred Swords here, and that's gonna be game. I know that we're 1-2 right now, but this one was at least a lot closer of a match. This was definitely a much closer game in comparison to game 1. So I'll take that. Like we're 0-2, but Maushold will be able to get a win in the next game. I'm confident in that for sure. Realistically, I think if we just targeted the, well, even if we targeted the fucking, the thing, I don't really think it mattered because if we did target the, yeah, if we did target the Archaludon there, I mean, we still lost the match anyway because they probably just got Trick Room in one with Metagross. So it wasn't really like a huge deal in all honesty. So I'll take that. That should be fine. We'll kill the POW really quickly and then we'll see you guys in game number 3. So yeah, we'll see you guys in our 3rd match where we'll hopefully get at least 1 win with Maushold. I feel confident this is a Maushold win. Maushold. Maushold's going to win this one. All right, for our final team of the day, we're taking on Rain. Definitely pretty terrifying, I can't lie, especially after the last video that I just recorded where we also ended on Rain. So I'm not really looking forward to this. But it is what it is. It is what it is. It's fine. It's a natural part of the ladder. I hate Archaludon so much. We're gonna go with Maushold. I think Maushold Archaludon actually could be a decent lead here. I could kind of self-enable if I need to and just kill the Urshifu that way. That could actually be an option, to be fair. That's technically a viable route I could take this. We're gonna go with, I kind of like the idea of benching Ape here in all honesty, and then going with like Flutter main Raging Bolt. I think it's a nice backline that can just apply enough offensive pressure to the team and win. I don't really like Incineroar against the Rain matchup, I can't lie. I don't see myself wanting to Tera it either against their team because Tera and Incineroar is just kind of fodder. I think instead I'll Tera the Raging Bolt, which actually feels like a viable win con, especially if I can kill the Pelipper, which I think this team can do it, especially since I didn't forget to throw on Thunderbolt over Volt Switch this time. I finally built a Raging Bolt correctly. They're going to go with their Shifu and Mungus. It's definitely Rapid Fu. I'm kind of fine with this. We'll have to go for the, let's see, so I could go for Follow Me here. Follow Me is a play I could make. Follow Me is kind of suicide, but it is what it is. We're gonna, let's see, so the question is how likely is this Scarfu? I'm just gonna switch in Raging Bolt, in all honesty. Raging Bolt should be fine, and then I can go for the, I can just go for the body press right into their Urshifu. Because even if I get put to sleep, I'm kind of okay with that. Even if they close combat me, I'm kind of okay with that. I got the lead a little bit wrong, but it's still, this is still a good turn for information at least. Because we can see what move they're gonna click. And we can also see if they're gonna burn a Tera or not, which is huge. My Raging Bolt will also get me a lot of offensive position. So even though I'm losing my Archaludon very likely, I'm kind of okay with this. They're gonna actually go for Rage Powder. This leads me to believe they're probably Rocky Helmet and Mungus, and they are gonna go for close combat as well. So that's gonna kill my Arch, so be it. Not really worth having burnt Tera Fairy because I think Tera Grass on the thing is so much more important here. Meanwhile, I can now just go right into my Flutter main. If they're close combat locked, then this is fine. If not, I can just click Gleam plus Tera Grass Thunderclap, or even Tera Grass Thunderclap actually, or even Thunderbolt. I could just click Tera Grass Thunderbolt actually. Yeah, I think it's a better play. Because even if I have to let Flutter main, well, even if I have to take a CC, I'm kind of okay with that. And then I'll just go for the, Dazzling Gleam here. Well, I could even just go for Moonblast. Moonblast isn't bad, actually. I could just click Moonblast. I'm not trying to hit a Mungus. Yeah, I'll just dual target that spot. They're going to switch. That's fine. The Thunderbolt will at least get some good damage into whatever comes in if, for some reason, we don't kill a Moonblast. Perfect. Okay, so Archaludon already is going to take a ton of unnecessary damage, which is huge. Meanwhile, they cannot put my Raging Bolt to sleep, which means that it is like a viable Pokemon to really beat these Mungus down as quickly as possible. And I do think as well, they are going to target the Raging Bolt because it's a good fast way to beat their team. And this should be great because I can now use Raging Bolt to clear through what is most likely a Rocky Helmet on a Mungus and then bully their team. They're gonna get crit on Archaludon, so be it. Realistically, you just killed with Moonblast in the following turn anyway. They would have to have predicted my Tera correctly to actually have made this crit matter. So I'm kind of okay with that because they're gonna, oh, they are gonna go for Flutter Mane. Okay, I'm kind of shocked. This is still not a huge deal in all honesty. I can kind of just let Flutter Mane take the hit because I'm pretty sure we can just kill with Thunderclap considering how much Thunderbolt did. So we're just gonna go for Thunderbolt here, Thunderclap here. And then I'm just going to go for Moonblast because Moonblast is just a decent click overall. And like, what are they really going to do? It's not really going to matter because they can't Rage Powder through my Thunderclap. And my Raging Bolt will hopefully just take us out. Perfect. Archaludon is dead. Archaludon is now dead. So this is where the crit kind of mattered. But I mean, at the same time, though, I'm still going to take it. My Maushold endgame should be kind of set. And we're gonna hope for the best. We're going to hope for the best. I do think that if nothing else, the Raging Bolt can clear enough for it. They're going to go into Urshifu. A little concerning of a Pokemon, I can't lie, but it's fine. We'll Thunderclap it. And then I'm just going to go for Moonblast here. Because even if they CC my Raging Bolt after surviving a hit for some reason with like a defensive Tera, I'm still kind of okay. They would have to also Rage Powder with the Amoonguss, which again, I'm kind of okay with. Thunderclap will pop. Urshifu will drop. And now Maushold endgame looks very good. Maushold endgame looks amazing now, actually. They're going to probably just try and Pollen Puff through my Raging Bolt, which I'm okay with that. Not really a huge deal. For what it's worth, I mean, that Amoonguss is still kind of a problem. If it's not Rocky Helmet, though, I can muscle it. It's probably either Citrus or Helmet, though, and that's like a real 50-50 I have to consider. Incineroar. Okay, Incineroar is kind of scary, I can't lie. More so just because it's going to probably take hits well from Flutter Mane, if I had to guess, since I'm not Tera. And I need to focus Draco Meteor into Amoonguss, which is the concerning part. I'm going to Moonblast Incineroar just to be safe. They'll probably fake out my Raging Bolt and just try and Clear Smog it down. Which is, like, it's a fairly viable option for them to do, actually. Flutter Mane will hopefully need to kill us, though, before it goes for, like, a Flare Blitz into me. And that's not great, especially... Okay, actually, they're not Citrus, okay, I was going to say, especially if they're Citrus. Ooh, okay, they get a good Spore turn, actually, there. Good play, good play. Because that could have potentially been bad. Now they can Flare Blitz through my Raging Bolt, though, which is not good. So I'll need to Draco Meteor into Amoonguss and hope I can kill. Worst case scenario, I mean, Maushold might still be able to win this, actually. It just kind of depends on what they seek the kill on. Like, if they kill the Flutter Mane right now, that's kind of a problem. But, yeah, Raging Bolt will drop its special attack by 2. They're going to prove to be Citrus, okay. So, at least Maushold will be a lot less bad in the endgame, but it's still not looking great either. Actually, no, Maushold actually looks very good. What am I saying? Yeah, so Raging Bolt's going to drop, but their instant's going to take a lot of damage from this. And Maushold probably will not die to one hit. And even still, if they're going to go for that, what I can do is I can Pop Bomb into the... Instant no matter what, I think. I think Instant Pop Bomb is fine, because even if Amoonguss puts me to sleep, it's not going to really kill. It seems like the offensive move is Clear Smog, and yeah, they're going to Pollen Puff it up. That's fine. My play always should be, yeah, to just Pop Bomb the Instant. Because Instant will... probably to actually kill me have to go for Flare Blitz, which I'm okay with that. Okay, so we have an actual route. We have a route to win. We're gonna go for Pop Bomb into the Incineroar, and then we're gonna go for Moonblast into the Incineroar. Moonblast will be a great way to weaken this down if we do wake up, just to ensure that we like really kill. I think without the Intimidate though, to be fair, we could probably just nail it anyway. And if they're gonna go for Rage Powder, then that's fine, because that means that I just don't have to worry about sleep turns, and Flutter Mane or Maushold can do a lot of damage on the next one, while Incineroar is now taking multiple turns of Flare Blitz recoil. So I think actually we're in a kind of good position here. I think no matter what my opponent does, Maushold will be able to actually like really set up a win for us. All because Urshifu took out, all because Raging Bolt took out the 2 biggest threats to it, which is really good because this board state can't really actually beat Maushold properly. So I'll take it. I'll definitely take it. Flutter Mane's still asleep. Fuck you, Flutter Mane. But that's fine. Because Flutter Mane being asleep, though, revealed that my opponent is not taking Rage Powder this turn, which is kind of good for us. Incineroar looks like it's actually going to take this Pop Bomb really well, which is... Actually, that is super grim. Never mind, we get a crit. Can we get, like, one more crit? 7... Oh, no, that's 8, 9, and then 10. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. Incin actually might trade, to be fair. They're going to go into the Maushold. Oh, Maushold doesn't die. That's actually super silly. Because this is like a no bulk Maushold. Like our 4 investment for context isn't Spit F. So this literally is like no bulk on the physical side. They're going to Spore my mouse. That's fine though. We killed a really big threat to our team. They have to Clear Smog my mouse down, which if they're going to do that, that means that, I mean, Flutter Mane's just going to get a nice Moonblast off. We've already popped Berry. And I mean, I know that this is a resisted hit, But Amoonguss still is going to take a good amount from Specs Moonblast. Like, this will probably do like 12, well, probably like 15 to 20%. Yeah, that's like 20% right there. So Amoonguss would have to call a Spore this turn, which if it is, it's not attacking Maushold. We actually do win this, like guaranteed. And even still, I mean, it's not doing enough to Maushold. If it killed right there, it could have maybe won. Because it could have maybe, you know, like crit through Flutter and like hoped. But yeah, no, this is grim. My opponent can't beat this actually. Maushold Flutter main just puts up too much pressure, which is really good for me. And then if Maushold wakes up, it can actually just claim the kill. Perfect. Maushold gaming. Let's go. Okay, I'm glad we got the win with Maushold. I'll take it. I'll take it. This is a good Maushold win. A nice way to end the video off after our first really humiliating loss to I don't know what. And then our second game, which was, it was close, but my opponent just played better than I did. My game one opponent did too. Again, I want to make it clear. No shade to the game one opponent, but I got my ass kicked and I'm a little salty about it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed though. If you did and you want to see more content like it, like and subscribe. Shout out to the channel members for just a couple dollars a month. Your support goes a long way. It helps pay for the second channel content from Kurt. Shout out to Kurt as well for that. Just unrelated shout out, just good to shout him out. He's a good editor. Our current channel members, of course, are Zeke, Mia, Rouse Sakura, Obo, Endless Gadgets, Josh K, Ultra Player, and Incog M. Your guys' support is greatly appreciated, and I will see you guys tomorrow for another video. Until then, peace out, guys.